It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Sacramento will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Sacramento, they've got McLemore, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Rondo in at the one spot.
You know, Rondo, a strange year shooting the ball last season. For a good stretch, he was shooting the same from the free throw line as he was from three-point range, about 30%.
Now here's McLemore. Rondo is screen on Johnson. McLemore, no good. On defense, Sacramento. Now Jennings. Drummond dishes to Johnson. And the pass to Caldwell Pope. Takes a three. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And Doris Burke spoke with George Carm. Doris?
A lot of his focus in preparing his team for this game centered around how they plan to deal with point guard Brandon Jennings. He said Jennings is a blur out there. He's so fast, and he plays with a relentless energy. It's a challenge for any team to really keep up with him. Kevin, we'll see if they can do it.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Johnson after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Johnson's shot is off. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Here's Gay, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Gay's got his first basket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. It's stolen by Rondo. And here we go, Rondo heading to the hoop. And that one's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here is Jennings after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Drummond a screen. 6 to shoot. Trying to get back on track. Jennings can't get it to go.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, it's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
Nice D from Cousins.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Screen by Cousins. Rondo kicks to Gay. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Gay's got 5.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
A different look here for Detroit. Morris comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jackson in for Johnson. And a change for the Kings. Collison's out there. So it's Detroit now. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction. And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Here's Bellinelli following the basket by Marcus Morris. The dish to Gay. Wide open look. Off the left rim and out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Morris with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. It's Jennings with the drive. Here's Morris. Cannot hit. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Inside. Leans. Bellinelli. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
All right now, gentlemen, shoot shots. Loose shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
And the Pistons with possession here. Sacramento making their last shot. Morris a screen. Now, here's Meeks. Bellinelli is covering. Lets it fly. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Here's Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Not enough on that one as it misses. Pistons trailed by 10. And Meeks kicks to Baines. 44 seconds left to play here in the first. Pulls it up. And the officials call a traveling violation. And the Kings making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And here now the Kings. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's Caspi. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
And he gets it to go.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Collison against Jackson. For Sacramento, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And that one falls for Collison. And both free throws good for Darren Collison. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. From past the arc. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Kings.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Detroit Pistons.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Kings to be in. What do you guys think?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Anderson is out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Caron Butler. It's Gay in at the 4. Here's Rondo.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
Here's Jackson following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Jennings dishes to Drummond, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Caron Butler. Drummond working against Cousins. It's Drummond with the drive. Clock at 2. The 10-footer. No good off the back of the rim. Sacramento leading by 11. And McLemore kicks to Rondo. Tries it from 19. No good from Gay. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Jackson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
He misses the free throw. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, and that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Curry kicks to Rondo. Here's Cousins. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
Pistons trailed by 13. Right side, Jennings. Jackson against Curry. Ilyasova passes to Jennings. 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. For a long time, critics have gotten on Gay for his lack of efficiency, but he quieted some of those voices, Clark, last year with his play and stats.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, across the board, he made nice improvements, not only in his scoring, but also his ability to create shots for others.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. He took good advantage of that screen. 6 points for Rajon Rondo.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, we can mark those up for him.
And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
That one is off.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Kings. Bellinelli comes in for Rajon Rondo. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Here's McLemore. Following the score by Reggie Jackson. Curry kicks to Bellinelli. Curry against Jennings. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the Pistons.
Back on the floor. Jody Meeks.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Clock is at 3. Bellinelli for 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Pistons trail by 11. Jennings for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Curry kicks to McLemore. Feeds to Bellinelli. There's a screen. Curry dishes to Bellinelli. A 3-ball. They get it again. The Pistons have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Drummond a screen. Johnson from outside. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And now it's only a 5-point Kings lead. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clark some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road. Top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage. And they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Morris comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Johnson.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
1:53 left now here in the second.
The Kings were only 11-30 on the road last season, guys, and being a bottom 5 defense on the road in the NBA is part of the reason for that.
And he gets it to go. Caldwell-Pope's got 5
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc. The heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Pistons trail by 6. Jennings passes to Caldwell-Pope. 1:07 left in the first half. Out to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Morris gets to Jennings. Shoots it up. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Jennings has got 7 now in this quarter. Kings leading now by 4. A drive by Collison. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Pistons.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to.
Oh, wow. Beautiful jam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Out to the right wing. No good from Caspi.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Morris a screen. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The Kings have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Well, free throw drops for Koufos. So both teams changing it up here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's Sacramento leading by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive First half of action, Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
They got to get more aggressive on the glass. Over the first half, we saw them being schooled down low. You know what I'm going to say, Ernie. Barbecue chicken. If I was coach in the locker room right now, they'd be getting an earful. Extra rebounding.
And that'll do it for...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Nice game. Great performance by Brandon Jennings.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Here's Cousins. Good on the 13-footer. Cousins has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Kings. Here's Jennings. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point. Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
And McLemore drops them both.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Second shot opportunity. And there's the nice layup by Drummond.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace him, Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks. The first-year head coach, Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Here's Caldwell Pope offline with his 3.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Bellinelli is covering, and that one's good. Caldwell Pope's got 2. Kings leading now by 7.
And And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
It's Curry with the drive, and that one's good. Curry's got his first 2 points.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. He was intent on running the offense through DeMarcus Cousins. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
D2 from Jennings. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference. Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Morris comes in for Ilyasova. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. Then for the Kings, Caron Butler is checked in for Gay. James Anderson comes in for Curry, and it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Collison dishes to Cousins. It's stolen by Morris. Meeks with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Kufis checked in for Sacramento. .146 left here in the third quarter. Anderson with the ball, guarded now by Jackson. The drive by Collison. Nice open look, but it's no good. Pistons trail by 13.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
Sacramento making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. Anderson against Jackson. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Anderson outside. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Kings.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also the ball hockey, the way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking the ball.
Collison kicks to Butler. There's the feed to Anderson. Back to Collison. Puts it up from 17. Shot misses. Now the Pistons take it the other way. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Johnson kicks to Meeks. It's deflected. Johnson, the pass to Meeks. Back to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Now here's Collison. There's the 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's Sacramento as they wrap up the 3rd quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Sacramento leading by 13. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. McLemore is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Cousins in at the center position. Pass to McLemore. Shot clock at 6. Up again. And then Cousins with the dunk.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And stolen by Cousins. McLemore inside the line. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Pass to Gay. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Pistons trail by 15. Here's Caldwell Pope. Cannot hit. Good D by Rondo.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain phase. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Bellinelli is covering. Caldwell Pope dishes to Jennings. Lets it go with a 3. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pistons trailed by 17. Drummond passes to Caldwell Pope. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too. And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
Screen by Cousins. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Pistons trail by 13. Jennings kicks to Drummond. To the paint. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target. And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Cousins against Drummond. Got a piece of it. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. That's good. And the Kings lead by 15.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
Detroit ball.
Detroit making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
On the floor, Stanley Johnson.
And the Pistons with possession here. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
6 to shoot. Here's Caldwell Pope. That's short off the rim.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Rondo against Jennings. Kicks to Bellinelli. To the middle. Cousins, no one around him. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Sacramento.
Mark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Cousins. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Cousins. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And the Kings lead by 21.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
The three from Johnson. And the shot is good. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Rondo dishes to Gay. Cousins, the pass to Bellinelli. Back to Cousins. There's the pick. Rondo kicks to Gay. Nice work there coming off the screen.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And here's Rondo. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our George. DeMarcus Cousins. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
The thing I like most about Cousins is the passion he plays the game with. Maybe he rubs some people the wrong way, but I don't want my big man smiling all the time. I want my big man to be mean.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.